Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Short Story Bingo, episode 12 with Nate Chacon III. And I'm so glad you're back. This week's episode is with Santos Jaguar. We've known each other, for quite some time, and it was awesome to be able to sit down and actually have a chat and go through a lot of our own history and a lot of what he's trying to do, what he is doing now, which is he has the first taco deal with the taqueria out here in Salt Lake City. We talked about that, his marketing and why it's so important to be able to post like on a daily basis, and sometimes a groove that you can find yourself getting out of with that. We talked about his place in Salt Lake City once as a hip hop artist, and now what he's moving his genre of choice to. It was incredible. I'll try to keep this as short as possible. So we talked about so much. With that said, head over to utahwrapper.com, use code we miss you for free shipping. And yeah, without further ado, Short Story Bingo, episode 12. I appreciate you guys so much and would love to hear and see your your comments. Go and rate, subscribe, all that shit. I appreciate it a lot. Episode 12 with Santos Jaguar. See you guys at the end.
Short story bingo. Short story bingo. Short story bingo. Short story bingo. Sometimes they're funny and sometimes they're sad. Most of the time they're funny because I hate to be sad. Short story bingo. Short story bingo. Short story bingo. Short story bingo. But don't take my word for it. Spare fingers. Cheers. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Short Story Bingo, episode 12 of our stories. My name is Nate Chacon III. If this is your first time, welcome. If it's not, then the retention program is working. What I do on this podcast in this series is I talk to friends or folks that I don't know, and hopefully by the end, we know each other a little bit more. And if they're not my friend, then fucking we're friends by the end. Having said that, I want to say thank you to all the new supporters, new subscribers on the YouTube, and folks that have been following on Podbean. Up to 1,400 followers on Podbean, which is wild to me. And would love to see that translate into some more ratings and reviews on Apple Podcasts. That's where I'm seeing the most traffic fucking on Apple Podcasts. So if you can leave a 5-star review or a 1-star review in either fashion, let me know what the fuck's going on and what you feel about the podcast. I certainly appreciate it. With that said, I have a friend here with me. Very long time we've been friends. And I'm excited to talk with him because we haven't really had like an in-depth talk before. So episode 12, our story, Short Story Bingo. My friend, Santos Guzman. What's up, bro?
What's up, bro? It's tu Santos Jaguar.
Santos Jaguar, excuse me.
Yes, the rebrand.
Oh, okay, that's the
rebrand. I'm the P. Diddy of Salt Lake City. I changed my name like 5 times. No, like
okay, I was
3 times.
You have changed your name a lot.
Yeah, like so 3-4 times. Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's a great way to actually fucking start because I told you the other day when we were gonna fucking record that I still have you in my phone as Speedy G. Was that your first name?
Yeah,
or like second name?
No, that was technically my first public rapper name. I had one rapper name before that, but no one really knew that one because I was like when I was like way younger.
Yeah.
And I didn't put myself out there. But yeah, Speedy G was technically my first like public known name.
Okay. All right. Speedy G was your first public known name.
Correct.
All right. We're going to come back to that really quick. I want to say head over to utahwrapper.com where you can check out some of my merch. Just use code we miss you for free shipping. I'm going to be having more shirts, hats, hoodies, ladies' tees, baby clothes because I have my baby coming soon, and I am excited about how that's going. So again, utahwrapper.com, use code we miss you for free shipping. Okay, so when I first met you, this is kind of what this is the theme of the podcast for me, is to start with
when I first met you, and you and I have a pretty good memory of when we first met. My first memory of you is at that Boys and Girls Club show.
Oh yeah, that was technically the first time.
Was it? Because if you remember something, if you remember something else,
no, it had to be. It had to be.
Now I heard of you before then.
Yeah, same here.
Okay.
Because of Jeremy Johnson or Germs.
That's it. Yeah. Okay.
He used to work at the Boys and Girls Club, and he was the music guy. He was the music staff. So he basically ran the music studio there. So he started around the time I started going to the Boys and Girls Club, and yeah, man, he put me on early, like from the jump to Mr. Benny.
Okay.
Like he was like, Mr. Benny, Mr. Benny, Mr. Benny. And I kept thinking it was like one person. Like I thought Mr. Benny was somebody. But then he's like, nah, it's a crew, it's a label, whatever. And so he, it was and then he had mentioned you, Synchronized back then.
Yep.
So, I'm not the only one rebrand. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you're right, dog.
No, that's good though. I think it's part of the evolution. You need that, I feel like. And then Jurassic Tactics.
Yep.
Rebel Concept,
yeah.
and then Germs, and then I remember seeing some of the artwork and some of the CDs and the logo, and then
So he was pumping it. He was repping it at the Boys and Girls Club?
Yeah, heavy
to his students.
Heavy, up to the students, yeah,
or to like the folks that were coming. Okay,
yeah, the students, the kids that went to the Boys and Girls Club. So it was middle school kids from from like 7th grade all the way up to high school.
Wow,
yeah, he was repping it heavy. Yep.
Okay, so that's the first time you remember.
Hearing about you.
You're hearing about me, excuse me, yeah. The first time I remember hearing about you was at Midvale show, and I'm trying to remember back to the flyer because I'm sure that's when I saw your name, but that's the most impactful time that I was cool, that I remember actually having any sort of conversation with you. Having said that, I know that there's something else before that because when I did talk to you, I was like, "Oh, dog, I've seen you. I've seen some posts or whatever,
Yeah, MySpace.
On MySpace, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, it's finally good to meet you. And then from there, I mean, obviously we've had separate paths or whatever. Yeah. But what do you got to say? I feel like you're going to say something.
I just remember back then you had them long ass sideburns, bro.
Did I?
I think you had some long ass sideburns. It wasn't what you have going on right now. It was like just your sideburn went to like right here, camera right here. I remember you had and some bushy ass eyebrows, I think.
Damn, dog.
Yeah, so shout out to whoever's taking care of you now.
Shout out to whoever's fucking. Dude,
if I'm not mistaken, and a unibrow maybe or something.
Nah, hell no. I didn't have a fucking unibrow day. I might have had a unibrow.
And
dude.
you were probably like, what, in your early 20s then?
Yeah.
I was like 14, 15.
Yeah, I was in my early
2009.
20s. Yeah, I was 24.
2008, 2009. Okay. Yeah, and bro, I remember too. I don't know if it was because I never met. Well, was Rebel Concept and Jurassic Tactics there that day at the Midvale show?
I believe so.
I just remember there was this one guy, and I'll never forget it. I think he might have been with Mezcal. Do you remember who Mezcal used to run with? He was like this Mexican cat. No, it wasn't Ortega. It was this other Mexican cat. Or it might have been Jurassic, man. I can't remember who it was, bro, but I just remember they roasted me pretty bad.
They were roasting you?
Yeah, and I didn't even know, dude. Like, he was like, and like, I'm like 14, 15, right? I just want to get
fragile.
Yeah, fragile. I don't understand the world. And I remember he told me, he's like, oh, yeah, man. Why do you go by Speedy G? Like, is it because you're on like speed or something?
Oh, was it Berto Blunts?
Was it?
I think it might have been.
And he looked like he was like drunk or high or something.
It might have been Berto. I don't know.
Big old. He had the big old like, bro. I've never seen this man ever since that day. But he was like the rudest guy I ever met, bro. And like I was super. I mean, I've always been thinner.
Yeah.
I've always been skinnier, but like back then I was like way.
Well, not
skinny.
now, right?
No, I've been going to the gym.
No, right now,
and
right?
Now
Yeah, right now you're not skinny.
No,
right?
no. Well, I mean, I'm still thinner, but yeah, I've been getting them gains for sure.
No, I'm not seeing the gains.
Oh, dude, it's because my shirt, my jacket's
It's just because my fucking shirt, eh?
Come on, bro. I'll take my shirt off right now. Bro, I'll show you my back. Nah, dude.
But for real, he roasted you.
Dude, it wasn't like a playful roast. It was like he was insulting me. He was
God
like,
damn.
Yeah, dude, because he saw that I was like skinny, and then like I don't know if I just didn't get sleep back then, but I had like big old what's the word, like my eyelids were just like
was it bags under your eyes?
Yeah, bags under my eyes. You know, sound super skinny. And he's like, "Oh, you're on speed or something." And like back then, I had no idea what he was talking about. I'm like, what
speed?
I knew he was insulting me. What speed? I don't know what speed is.
You still don't know what speed is to this day?
No, I don't know what a person on speed looks like.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what is speed.
Speed is like meth.
Okay, so maybe that's what he was.
And other things.
Say.
There's other people call speed, but yes. Yeah,
yeah, he looked like a very angry
yeah.
man. He looked very angry. I think he was homies with Mezcal.
Okay.
I don't know if he was.
So that's a big memory from that day for you.
That's the only memory. I mean,
oh my god.
Besides, like I remember too. I met anyone and Chino for real, and I remember Chino was buzzing at that time, so I was super like, oh shit, yo, it's Chino. And what's it called? What she went by?
Honey?
No, Honey wasn't there. Dang it,
Nevaeh.
Not Nevaeh. She's a Mexican girl. She's gone to my cumbia parties recently. I forget her name. Missy. She went by Missy.
Oh, Miss Mindy.
Miss Mindy was there. Sonia. I don't remember Sonia. She was like an R&B singer.
Okay.
Her older sister's like a painter.
I don't recall.
Yeah.
No.
So, anyways, there was some cool like acts there that I followed. And Poetic C was there.
Yep.
Lamont was there.
Was there.
Funny enough, I didn't really talk to him back then. Me and him now are good friends. Back then, I thought he was kind of a jerk.
Really?
Yeah, dude. It's just I'm a 15-year-old kid, and like I'm in my ego, you know. And I'm like, that guy's a jerk. That guy's nice. That guy's cocky. That guy thinks he's the shit. You know what I mean? Like, you're a 15-year-old kid. Because most of the crowd that was there that day were Midvale kids, bro.
Yeah.
It was like kids. And like, it was all these like young 20-year-olds like trying to act like they're the grand shit. But I mean, that's always shows, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's always how it is. Like, the new generation today, like, same concept.
Right.
Like,
but now you have a song with Lamont. You got the Cypher, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That'll be coming out soon, hopefully in March. It keeps switching.
Okay.
So, but the goal is mid-March is what Lamont said. We're going to be doing a video and the video, and then the song's going to be on all streaming platforms.
Hell yeah.
And Lamont basically approached me, Gino from Ogden.
I don't. No, I don't.
So Gino
Maybe
used to be a part
but-
of the 801 Intentions.
Okay.
He's brothers with the 801 Intentions. Well, they no longer exist, but anyways, Gino from Ogden, he made the beat. It's like a mariachi hip hop kind of beat. And Lamont was like, "Yo, like, do something with this." And I was like, "All right." And so, like, for the longest time, I've always been a huge fan of like ciphers.
Yeah.
Even though like I wouldn't consider myself like a rapper.
You're a pop star.
I'm a pop star, you know what I'm saying? Let that be known.
Let that be fucking known.
Yeah, man, I'm tired of freaking...
He is tired of the bullshit.
Yeah, bro.
That's what he said off camera. He is tired.
Yeah, like, stop putting me in that category.
Yeah, because he's not a rapper. I'm tell you that right fucking now, dog.
Yeah, exactly. So that way I don't have to prove myself to nobody, but...
but for real, though, yeah, so ciphers have always been, yeah.
Yeah, I was in the Salt Lake City Cypher from, I think it was 2010 or 2011, Rated, filmed it back then. And if you look on YouTube, Salt Lake City Cypher, it is the #1 cypher with the most views. And that was back in 2010, 2011. So we weren't buying views. Those are all organic. And there's probably literally everybody that was in that cypher no longer makes music.
Yeah,
I'm the only one.
I mean, that makes sense.
And I was the last one on the cypher. And the beat was from like the BET cypher at that time, the 2011 one. And it was like a black and white video. We were basically just taking the same concept. But if you go on YouTube right now, Salt Lake City Cypher.
Yeah, check that shit out.
It's literally the top one.
Okay.
And then you have like the rest of them after that. So I always like that concept because it lets everybody shine. So I basically took the initiative, the leadership, to reach out to a combination. They're all Latino artists. Latino rappers for the most part.
Yes.
And I kind of mixed it up a little bit. Like, I kind of told myself, everybody that's in this category, I think there might be only one cat on there that doesn't have a music video, but I basically was like, I'm going to reach out to people that are putting in the work and that aren't, because I know you were in a cypher, and I've been waiting for that to drop out, or to drop. And my goal, my goal was to basically include people that weren't a part of that one already. The one with Looney?
Oh, excuse me. God damn. Yes, sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what's up with that one?
What do you mean?
Like, have you heard any updates or?
I mean, like updates about what?
Like when it's gonna drop?
Oh, I don't know yet. No, I just have, I've only heard it. Like it
final?
Sounds amazing. Yeah, it sounds amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on with that, but the funny thing is before that happened, I was supposed to be on that one and I didn't make the cut. So I mean, that idea of a cipher was already kind of buzzing around because I had approached Looney. I was like, "Yo, man, we should do a cipher." Like I've been wanting to do cipher for the longest time. So, anyways, took the initiative, made this other one with other artists that I feel like have been active, that I personally, for the most part, have a relationship with, and I included some like real new cats that are like in their own lane where they kind of have like a pop punk sound, but they're like Latino descent from West Valley. And then like I took like some more known names and then like a cat from Ogden and like everyone there is like the new generation or whatever. There's a few like younger artists in there and so yeah, but I mean,
well,
dude,
who's all on it? I mean,
you want to know? Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah.
You might okay, I'll just throw the names out. I don't know if you know all the names.
It doesn't matter. They want to fucking hear it.
All right. So shout out to so the West Valley Cats that really inspired this idea, bro, because they're out here grinding too. The ones I told you had the pop punk sound is they're brothers actually. It's Ruby Jones and Spruce Loretto, and they actually have a YouTube channel called Sin Corazon. I came across their page randomly. I forgot how. They just popped up on my YouTube somehow, and I was like, "Whoa, what the hell?" Like they had a lot of views, and you could tell they're organic. And they're dropping literally a music video once a week.
Wow.
I think they kind of slowed down now a little bit, but they were literally dropping like a video a week for like the last 2 years. So when you go on their channel, they literally have like 200 music videos or probably more. I don't know.
That's incredible.
I know. And like a lot of the videos, and I respect them because a lot of them are not crazy music videos. They're literally one-shot videos at like a gas station outside their house, but like they have like 1 or 2 videos or maybe 3 that have like 40,000 views, and I do believe it's because of that consistency, right? Not all their videos have hit that. They have some videos that have like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. But yeah, man, when I saw that, I was like, holy shit, dude. I became a fan, man. I was like, whoa.
Do you like their music then?
I like their music.
Okay,
yeah.
well, yeah.
And it's very like hybrid. Like it's like rap, gangster, but it's also like pop punk, like very punk.
Okay.
Very punk. And so they were the first ones that I was like, gotta get them on. And then I got Wally from UA the Duo. And then I got Glocko. Then I got Stunna. I don't know if you've met Stunna. He's done a few of the saltlakecities. He spells his name with like a V at the end.
Oh yeah.
He's tatted and stuff.
Yep. I haven't met him, but I've seen him.
Seen him online.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
maybe I have, but anyway. Continue.
Yeah, and then Cuenca from Laketown Entertainment.
Hell yeah, they were just. I just saw them both
last weekend.
Yeah, for the competition for No Love Lost.
Oh yeah, they
to
were
open up for
Rock?
Terminology. At Wavies.
Okay.
Anyway, I saw them.
Yeah, so Cuenca.
Hell yeah, I love that.
Yeah, and Cuenca's his family's from the same place that my family's from in Jalisco, Mexico. So we always call each other primo and stuff.
Yeah,
you know, we might be cousins from a distance, who knows? But
yeah,
I think that's everybody. There's like and the last one is Little Chapo from Ogden.
Okay.
GMB Little Chapo. And I found him also through Spruce and Ruby Jones.
Okay.
Like they've one of their most viral videos has the 3 of them and like 2 other cats too. And
what's the video? Is
they're wearing all red and like it's called Pick Their Body Up from the Floor or something.
Okay, never
Pick Their
mind.
Bodies Up. So I'll have to send it to you, bro. Like it's crazy, man. I'm like, holy shit, dude, this is sick. Like,
yeah.
Like I don't really listen to that a lot, but when I found them, I was literally obsessed. I've told them, I was like, bro, I literally have seen all your videos. Because that's great. Like when you like somebody, an artist, and they have the category, it's like you're glued there. You're there. You're stuck there. And I'm telling you, a lot of their videos are not high production, but I love the fact that they have a video for every song. And it's a lot. It's a lot. So you'll be there for a couple days. Yeah, so basically the way it came together is Lamont is playing the executive producer role.
Who you didn't like when you were 15.
I wouldn't say I didn't like him. I just thought he came off kind of mean. You know?
Yeah. Like continue though.
He just looked serious.
Yeah.
He was very like, oh, serious.
And you were insecure 15-year-old.
Yeah, dude.
And you didn't know how to take that.
No, I didn't.
So Lamont put it all together.
Yeah.
Well, you did.
I technically did. I'm technically executive producer too.
Okay.
So Lamont makes fun because I'm like, Lamont, you're the sponsor, and he's like, oh, a sponsor? You make me sound like I'm a religious thing or something. I was just like, yeah, you did. He's the one funding the video. He's funding the mixing and mastering. He bought the beat from Gino, and so he's gonna have a little intro in the song too. So we're planning to film the video here soon in March, drop it in mid-March.
Mm-hmm.
So that's exciting.
Okay. So that's how that came together.
Yeah, man. So
that is exciting. So
and I hope it inspires more people to be on it, because Lamont tried to reach out to the older cats, the older generation, like the hog bosses, or I don't know who specifically, because he didn't want to tell me.
Yeah.
But no one responded. No one got on the ball, you know, and he's like, yeah.
Well, there's a lot of cats that aren't fucking working right now.
Facts. So
that's not a bad thing. Just find the folks that are working.
Exactly. So, but I'm excited, bro. I want to hear the one you guys drop, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what the freak, dude?
Yeah, you should fucking hear it.
But I mean, like, it should be out already.
Yeah, it should be out already. We did. That was a fun time. That was a really fun time. I haven't been in that type of environment in quite a while, so that was definitely engaging, and also like just being in that creative space with a bunch of different creatives. Just different creatives. I mean, all those guys obviously I know pretty. Not all. I didn't know Cassius. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, just being in the creative space with all of them at the same time. It's like it felt very like 10-year-old boys hanging out and shit. Like just like playing with our stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Pause. So I definitely what I want to touch on it at the beginning of what you said, because you showed a light of passion in this little statement. You said they're all Latin rappers,
mm-hmm.
and you said it like with exuberance, and so I want to expound that. And why do you think that that's important? Not just, well, maybe we can start here in Salt Lake, and I'll tell you my piece about that, because I've been thinking about that a lot lately.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it important for Latin rappers and art to, I don't know, unify potentially? I guess maybe that's the right way to say it, or for us to come together a little bit more. Again, pause, but fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, because I mean, man, like when I first started at 15 years old, like there wasn't a lot of Latino or Mexican artists to begin with. You know, I think back then you were probably the only other one, and like there was only a very few handful back then.
Yeah, Hog Boss.
I
don't know anyone else. Or that was like, I mean, there was some 801 Intentions.
801 Intentions in Ogden. There wasn't a lot. Point being, you know, back then it was a lot of like the backpack rappers, which were mostly white. And then you had like, you know, then you would have the more diversity on like the gangster side, you know. It was like back then it was like backpack rappers, mostly white dudes. And then you had like the gangsters, you know what I mean? And it was like, you know, I had that time period when I first started off where I was kind of leaning towards this side, but then I was like, but I ain't really about that life. Like, that's why I changed my name, you know? Like, I say that out loud because it's like I have little cousins till this day, you know, that are entering 13, 14, and they're getting curious about that stuff. And it's funny because I do read, even though I was struggling earlier reading the book to you.
He did struggle fucking hard too.
It's because you made me nervous. But
I'm gonna fucking post it. I'm telling you. No, I'm just kidding.
but point being is
read better, dude.
You know, I've been reading what book was it? How to Influence Others, or Who's
the author?
Fuck, dude, I can't remember right now. But point being is he talks about how the human nature we strive for. One of the biggest things that all humans look for is like when someone tells you, "Oh, you're doing a good job." What is that called?
Validation.
Validation. We're all seeking some sort of validation. So that's why that plays out in society, you know, at a young age. Like if you're not getting validation at home, usually kids turn to gangs and to the streets, right? And so, yeah, man, it's
validation
crazy.
can also be perceived as love.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And support.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, at that time in my life, like I had to make the decision because I felt like I wasn't, but as cheesy as it sounds, I always do say it, is like the Boys and Girls Club gave me that validation, that positive validation that I needed, which took me out of that direction that I was going towards, right?
That's fucking excellent.
Yeah, and like I changed the name because like I had some net bangers, some early net bangers trying to bang on me on YouTube when my name was Speedy G.
Word?
Yeah, dude, it's so funny. It was hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah, the rival gang. They assumed like that I was a part of one specific gang, and then the rival gang would pop up in the comments and this, that. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And so, yeah, dude, it was crazy. It was crazy. So I was smart enough to be like, nope, like not going that way, not going that direction. Like, I'm smart enough to know that I'm not that. Like, I'm not a follower. Like, I'm a leader. And even back then, like you said, low self-esteem. I think a lot of teenagers go through that phase. Even though I was still low.
I was fucking with you, but
no, but it's true though.
Yeah,
it's true. A lot of teenagers go through that in life.
Yeah,
and
100%.
And I kind of found myself. I gained confidence. You know, I think as we all do with like rapping, right? Like I see that a lot in these battle rappers. You know, like they're all shy and quiet, and then but like rap makes them into this like confident person.
Well, and you also hear about that with artists in general and their introvert tendencies and only want to go out and get their show done or like go out to like the studio or whatever, but they have a very small circle and like just stay at home a lot. They don't go out to shows and shit.
Correct.
And I hear a lot of stories from like artist managers that validate those stories by saying, yeah, like he never or she never gets out of the house, like, or they do, but it's not like a lot, you know?
Yeah.
And that's interesting because there's points where I think that's like a big inhibitor for some folks not to be able to get over the next hump, to even just like whatever level that is, excuse me, because like networking is so important and so huge that if you're not like fluent in being personable and having conversations and being able to converse and be like, hey, this is what my intentions are, and being able to have that you know, sense of seduction, or artist seduction. There's a book by Robert Greene.
I've been reading that.
48 Laws of Power as well. That's it's really good. And the point that I'm getting to though is that it's you know, that's why a lot of artists that are about to pop and blow end up getting like managers initially. All artists that are about to blow, or if you're very serious about it, should have a manager to some degree, unless you're going to be your own manager and like kill it, which is totally sick too. Anyway, the point that I'm getting at is like, yeah.
With that being said, I'm looking for a manager.
Because
I'm about to blow, baby.
Yeah. Pause for sure, dude. So to come back though, I want to circle back though to the point that we were talking about, which was Latin, like why it was important for you.
Yeah.
And so we touched on. Back in 2008, 2009, there wasn't a lot of Latin representation. I can attest to that because I saw it. I was like, dude, I'm the only fucking Mexican here at these shows.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I felt it all the time. And so for me personally, seeing this come up and rise of new Hispanic rappers out here, dog, I fucking feel I'm just happy to see it, bro. Like Sav Sav, obviously, you know, Mexican rapper. But again, I'm going back to that. Saviola.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But still, there just wasn't a lot. But now there's a bunch of us Hispanics out there, you know, which is great. So why do you think Let's get back to the fucking question, Doug.
Oh yeah.
Why do you think it's important right now? Or why did that create a passion in your voice? Why did your voice change when you were like, yeah, that's all Latin rappers on here? Why is that important to you?
Well, because first of all, I made myself the poster child by being the leader.
This motherfucker.
And I'm gonna say that in a humble, cocky way.
Okay.
You know, and that, because bro, I mean, yeah, dude, like it just goes back to that feeling of back then. Like it was just like I felt like an outsider. You know, I was like, what the fuck? But and like yeah, like even maybe 4 or 5 years ago when Zach Ivy was doing the Get It Right thing, you know. I remember seeing like there was one of the first ones or second ones. There was literally like 100 people there of artists, and I kid you not, the majority of them were all Latino. And I was like, whoa! I was like, dude, that's so sick, dude. Like literally, like I met Yue there, and I remember telling a few of them, I was like, dude, look at this, dude, look, this is so sick, you know? Because it's like when you see a shift, it's just exciting, you know. And again, I've always feel like the Boys and Girls Club gave me that confidence to be a leader. And as a leader, I want to like lead that, you know what I mean? But I also do feel like you have to be involved, you know? Like I don't want to alienate myself because sometimes I feel like I do kind of because I feel like I'm in my own lane as far as music. Again, not because I wouldn't consider myself a rapper, even though I kind of rap on cumbia beats, on reggaeton, blah, blah, blah. Now kind of getting more into like the singing stuff. But yeah, that's why I'm so passionate about it, because I just feel like there needs to be that unification to really like showcase it, you know? And it's already been done. It's already happening. You know, there's been shows and there's labels out here and there's cliques and, you know, things that are like representing that already. And when I go hang out with these different groups, I'm like, I don't know, man. I just feel like there's so much power in bringing everyone together, you know? And, like, I know it sounds cheesy and stuff, but, like, I think right now is the best time to do that because, again, another example, like, I mean, there's always kind of different cliques and stuff because with the Salt Lake scene, music scene, more, I guess, specifically hip-hop is, like, it's always been spread out, you know, because it's just such a open space and small city, so it's, like, you know, like it's so cliquish. Everyone always says, oh, it's cliquish, this, that. No one's unified. No one, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, dude, lately everybody has noticed how much that has changed, you know? Like there's way more unification. There's way more collaborations. Like the one you guys did, I'm telling you, with Looney, that's another Latin bass track. Like that's exciting, man. We need that representation to be like, yo, we're here. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it just speaks for itself, man. Power in numbers, you know, and shout out to everybody that sees the bigger picture and the vision, you know, and like everyone just has to keep working on them and doing them. But like when we come together, it's just way more powerful, man.
Right. I agree with you.
And there has to be a face, bro, and the people are going to choose, you know what I'm saying? And yeah.
And you think you're the face?
I mean, yes, I'm the face.
Yeah, are you?
I would say so.
Why are you the face?
Cause, man, I just feel like, I don't know, dude. I don't have to even say it. My work will speak for itself.
So you're the face of
my work will speak for itself. I feel like I'm the hardest working person out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the best.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I don't know, man. I'm very humble in these ways too. I'm not gonna lie. But I've had people tell me, you know, and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right. But at the same time, I do get on my shit where I'm like, bro, sometimes I got to let it be known, you know? Like, I got to say it. I got to embrace that and be like, all right, bet. But again, I don't know, man. I let the people choose. The people are going to choose. And whoever the face is to the people, the people's champ, people's favorite, bro, if it's not even me, we'll cheer them on too, you know? Because at the end of the day, it's going to benefit everybody, bro. And I know this might, you know what I'm saying, like it might ruffle some feathers or whatever, but that's fine, you know? Like
I think that is fine too.
It's healthy competition, you know? I think everybody, bro, I'm way too humble, you know? Like I'm way too humble because I've gone through shit in life, and I feel like
I like it.
There's a time to turn up and there's a time to be like, hey, respectfully, man, I'm here respectfully and I respect everyone here, but I'm also like, hey man, don't take this kindness for weakness, you know?
Yeah.
Cause yeah, dude. And so, but I'll let the people choose, man. Cause I'm not even a rapper, bro. I'm not a rapper.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider myself a rapper. I don't want to put myself in that box, but.
Well, what box would you put yourself in? Because like you are in a box, right?
Why? I'm not in a box.
No.
No. I'm in an apartment.
No. What?
No, I mean, dude, I don't know.
Country singers, like I'm playing devil's advocate here to make sure that,
I like it,
that you understand exactly what it is that you're saying, because what you're fucking saying right now is that like
he's checking me respectfully.
Yeah, disrespectfully, eh?
As an OG, as an OG.
No, what I'm saying is
pass you the torch.
No, what I'm saying is I mean, if you're not a rapper, then what box would you like if you were choosing your genre?
Yeah.
What's your genre? Is it pop?
I would say pop. Yeah, Latin. When I go on DistroKid and I put my genre, I put Latin. I think that's one of the categories.
So you do not make hip hop music at all?
No, I do.
Yeah.
I don't really. Well, I have. And you know the funny thing is, I was talking to host Beefy from Beans and Rice podcast.
Check their podcasts out. Beans and Rice, BEANZZ.
And I love honest people,
and
man.
rice.
Yeah, and I love honest people, bro. Like I really appreciate that, and I tell them that on the spot. You know, like I like people that keep it real, and obviously it's about how you deliver it. But he was like, bro, I went on your Spotify, and he's like, I'm confused. Like you're all over the place. As far as music goes, right? Because I'll have like cumbia songs, I have reggaeton, and then I'll randomly have kind of a trap beat going on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, dude. I really don't know. And like, I don't care, honestly, you know? Like I just doing my thing. But I do obviously appreciate the feedback and from like a consumer perspective, you know? And I have been now thinking more like, okay, it's time to go into album mode, and obviously I'm going to be more precise on sticking to one genre, to one delivery. Yeah, one genre, I guess you can say, approach.
Sure.
But I don't know, man.
Okay.
I don't know, man. Because, yeah, dude, I don't know.
Well, let's talk about it. This is fucking deep to me. I like it. Before I lose this thought in my head, I want to say really quick about how it's important for me about the Latin scene unifying.
Yes.
Is like, because of the lack of representation before, to see it now, I'm fucking stoked as fuck on it. I think it's ill as shit. And for real, I've been like doing Duolingo super hard. I made a commitment to myself to be like, I definitely want to speak Spanish. I've always wanted to speak Spanish. My dad didn't speak Spanish to me much at all. He's from Chihuahua, Ciudad de Parral, and
but he never really spoke
no
Spanish?
at all. No, he immigrated here in 1978.
That always trips me out, bro.
But it's because his motivating factor for that was because he wanted to learn English so bad to succeed out here. He had a big fucking vision and wanted to make sure that his kids just like spoke English, you know, and so that in his purview that we had the best chance to succeed, you know.
Yeah.
When with that being I might be cutting his vision short here. I would like for him to speak for himself a little bit, but that was part of it, and obviously we could have benefited from, you know, being bilingual. Having said that,
yeah.
Being a Latin artist myself, I noticed like when I restarted Mic Masters, I'm big on supporting Black-owned businesses, Latin-owned businesses, Asian-owned businesses, you know, just minority-owned businesses in the purview of what America sees as what a minority is.
Correct.
And so when I checked the Latin-owned business part, I was like, it was a moment for me to think about, like, damn, I am fucking Latin and I am a minority with a business. Like, you're looking, like, right there's my LLC for Mic Masters right there. Like, I have a small business.
I'm gonna take that.
Nah. But the point is that like I take pride in that shit, you know?
Yeah.
And so shout out to all my minority business owners. Shout out to any business owner for sure too.
Yeah.
And I hope that your brand continues to scale.
Yeah, man.
So that's why it's important to me to like be in those spaces. I did say that being in that space when we recorded that joint with Looney was awesome because of the creatives, but it was more amazing because we were all minorities in there.
Correct.
Like, it was wild to me, and I was so. That's why when I was with Greenlight, with B-Side and Emerson and Pell and Combo and Joe, Stu was in it. I mean, there obviously a majority were black and
Latino?
No,
Polynesian. Yeah.
I was the only Latino, you know.
Oh, and Joe.
And Joe, yeah. But still, there was like we were all minorities, and like I fucking loved those sessions. Those were amazing sessions. Mr. Benny, we're all minorities,
yeah.
And so I take a lot of pride in the new Latin movement that's happening within hip hop and the latter. Like, there's a lot of cool pop singers that are popping. Utah is, I think it's a gradual process, and I don't think that we're going to continue. Like, I mean, we're still a small city. People don't want to fucking talk about it out loud. They don't want to be real about it to themselves. But we still are a small city, in the grand scheme of things.
At the moment, yeah, we're the fastest growing city though in the U.S.
I mean, the last couple of years, but it's not. That's not going to. I just don't see that trend happening. Something pops up. I don't know. I think that for real, Texas, like Austin, Texas. I would like to see the stats on how, like, Salt Lake City compared to Austin, Texas, and what their growth has been. I would argue, I would just like to see those stats because I think the Austin is blowing up faster than Salt Lake.
But they're technically bigger, right? Already to begin with, like they're compared to us, they're a bigger city.
Sure.
So that plays a big factor, but
even still, like the folks, the exodus from California. I'm happy about the
Californians.
Yeah. The exodus from California. Most people, there's a graph that I just saw. Like, most people are going to Texas, and there is influx coming into Utah, Salt Lake in particular, and Provo. But there's a lot of folks going to Seattle and fucking Portland. I mean, it is closer technically than here. Yeah. So my point is that I'm very encouraged by the movement. And I think, I just want to spread as much positivity as possible when it comes to that, for any Latino rapper, Hispanic, whatever the fuck you want to say, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
And their growth in the community. So,
definitely. And what role do you feel like you play in the grand scheme of things now? I want to see what you say, and then I'm going to tell you what I think.
What role do I play?
Yeah, what role could you play or see yourself playing in what you just explained right now?
I'm the I don't know, just like the OG, I guess. I don't know.
So are you Brett Favre about to retire, or are you the coach?
I feel like I'm a player coach.
A player coach?
Yeah, I feel like I'm Bill Russell in 1971, where I still was playing the game and I was coaching.
I didn't know that. He was really doing both?
NBA players were player coaches.
I'm going to have to go look at him. Kind of like what LeBron's kind of doing right now.
Sort of.
He kind of does that role when he's injured.
He's definitely a player, though.
Well, I think, yeah, for sure. I mean, I think regardless...
I think
You're a leader. I think you're a leader.
Yeah, of course.
So it's just like stepping into those roles, fully, and that's how, going back to what I said earlier, you know what I mean? It's really, I say that because I've stepped into the role of a leader, and that's just me being cocky, and you can go clip that and use that as the short, you know what I'm saying? So people can get mad, but for real though, like, if you take responsibility and you step up to the role, then you can do that if you're active and you're being a leader. Like, I would consider you a leader with what you're doing with Mike Masters, and I don't know, man. I think there's just, when you approach it that way, it's like a bigger picture now, It's not just, I'm this one artist, I'm this one league owner. It's like, no, dude, you're like a staple leader of the city. And you need to carry yourself like that.
I see what you're saying.
You need to carry yourself like that because you already are that. That's the funny thing. You're like, we don't realize it because you're doing it every day, and no one sees the struggle and the work here. But it's like, you really need to carry yourself like that. And that doesn't mean you need to be like an a-hole or be cocky, but it's just like that presence, you know? I don't know, man. That's
For
how
me?
Or anybody out there that wants to, yes, you and myself.
I know, but that's what, okay, so you're saying proverbial, okay, excuse me, because like.
It can apply to anybody out there that wants to step into those roles, but obviously you've been putting in the work, I've been putting in the work, so it's a little easier for us to step into those roles potentially, and there's nothing wrong with that. And like lean into it, you know, and don't, let me, you know, do this and do that. Like we all have different stages in life. Like I one time was talking to
hold on, before you do that, let's sit in that. So are you saying, when you asked me the question, what do I see myself as? Is that what your question was?
Yeah. What role do you see yourself?
What role do I play in like Salt Lake City hip hop?
The Latino
scene.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So for the Latino scene, I don't really see myself in a role there. And that just might be because because of my experience with Mike Masters and being exposed to so many different subgenres of hip hop. So like I've seen all the gangster rappers come through Mike Masters, all the backpackers, all the savvy rappers that are like more flossy, you know, like trapper kind of rappers that are just like are sick, you know, they're just dope ass rappers. So I've seen different subgenres come through. So I don't know what I am to the Latino rappers. I don't know what it,
or maybe just the hip hop scene.
To the hip hop scene as a whole, I definitely am a staple of the community. Yeah. And I definitely I definitely have that role because of the work that I put in. And it's because I just love doing it. Yeah. And so people fucking are like, oh, well, I mean, he just loves hip hop and loves the culture. So that's what I think, at least. I don't know.
Yeah, but you've always been that representation since back then when there was hardly any Latino artists. You were that one representation when like I'm 15 years old. And like I wasn't a backpack rapper, but I'm like, oh, he's somebody that looks like me.
Whoa.
That represents, you know, what I'm doing. I feel like, dude,
that's a trip.
Yeah, dude. We don't even have to take psychedelics, and I feel like I'm gonna trip you out right now, dude. I don't know what I'm doing, but
I'm
out of body
serious.
experience, dude.
That was fucking.
That's so crazy. Really?
Yeah.
Damn, dude, this is not even anything, bro. We haven't even started.
We haven't even started yet.
No, but for real though. But I see what I see, because sometimes when we're in your point of view, you know, so I don't know what it is from what I've done in my life, but like I just see things from such a bigger picture sometimes.
Yeah, I have a big.
But I'm glad we're talking about this, because
hell yeah, this is a big separation of ego for me, because God, I've talked about this with a lot of people, and it never really hits me, is that like how much I'm doing, you know? It's always just like I'm just always on to the next thing. Once I hit a finish line, it's like the next race starts.
I feel that.
So like No Love Lost is going to be sick as fuck, and I'm happy to put I'm happy that these other artists are rocking, and I do forget. Yeah. Not forget. I'm going to just use the word forget because I don't want to search for another one, but I do forget that these are like cool moments for other folks, you know?
Yeah.
But I am mindful that it is cool moments, but I do forget what like the importance of it is.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying when I say that? Like I'm just so like I want to put on a good show.
You're so in it that you don't realize what it's actually doing.
It's hard sometimes for me to take a third party perspective and be like, damn dog, you are hooking folks up too, and I don't, and the reason why that is a good thing for me not to see it that way, because I just want to help. I'm just in service, man. I'm just in service to others. I was sitting here talking with Rhyme Time, and he's like, it's wild to me. He was saying to me that it's wild that like as the league owner that I'm not taking like all the biggest battles or whatever, you know, like when I proposed to him to take on Cadillac Ron, he was like, oh, you're not going to battle him? And I was like, no, man, I think there would be a dope battle with you.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's wild to me that you just have that foresight that you don't even think about it. It's just for the culture. Yeah. And that's what I keep thinking about. So this is honestly kind of a mind, you know, an interesting exercise right now because I haven't thought about this.
Yeah, man. No, I've been there before where random people will tell me things that I'm like, what? I'm just like, no. Like, I'm over here struggling. I'm over here like,
right.
You know, people don't see the behind the scenes of what it took to get a video done, to get a song done, blah, blah, blah. All these things that it's taken to do this. And then you just put it out there. Some random stranger, whether it's in Salt Lake or wherever, like California, like I'll have random people that I've connected with online and they tell me things and I'm just like, what? Like, you know, you're just like, that's crazy, you know? Like, you don't realize what you're actually doing when like it's from a third person perspective. But at the same time, it has to be a balance, right? Like, and like, shout out to you for doing that and keep doing that because one, it's a good example for other people. Like you said, like being like a, you know, usually it's like service to others. You know, I think that's a key thing that we should all be doing. You know, like unfortunately, I don't know what it is. If it's maybe capitalistic culture or whatever, rap culture, ego. People don't realize these things until they usually get a little older. They get a little bit more wise. But it's like, dude, if you could start doing these things now, let's just say for somebody that's coming up that's in their 20s, it's like, dude, you're only going to like, it's only going to be so much more helpful for the next generation and whoever is around you at that time, you know, whoever's in your class or whatever, you know, that, and like, you have to balance it though, right? You have to balance it in a way where you're not doing it to be like, oh yeah, dude, like give me props, dude. I'm the one that, you know, this and that. It's like, no, like you can't think that way. You have to see the bigger picture, right? Like, again, the cypher, that was me doing that. You know, it's like, it wasn't just about me because I'm not the best rapper out there. Again, I already said this 5 times. Like, I wouldn't even consider myself a rapper, even though I'm like rapping on the track.
Yeah.
Because that's not the point. The point is for all of us to highlight our skills, but not even just from an egotistic perspective, but what it's gonna do more is it's gonna inspire other people to be like, oh shit, like I want to do a cypher. Let me be on the next cypher. Like Lamont's like, yeah, man, I already know people are gonna be hitting me up, this, that, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, but I hope it inspires them to organize and put on whoever they want to put on and do more ciphers and keep it going. You know what I mean? Like. Because that's what it's about, man. Do you think those are, I appreciate you bringing those up. There's a lot that resonates, and I want to touch on this. Do you think that with Mike Masters' resurgence since last October, and we're only in February, do you think that there's been any sort of like did Mike Masters, not me, but put any sort of like on notice, like folks to be like, hip hop is like back type of shit or whatever. Do you feel any of that? Or like, where do you think that Mike Masters is playing a role right now since we've been back since October? What from your third party perspective? I've been asking folks this and I would love to hear what you got to say. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just important to have, dude. It's just, hell yeah, okay. I think it's super important to have. It's kind of an obvious, you know, and it's not easy. I know it's not easy. So like, you know, everyone wants to be in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you the metaphor of like, you're the junior jazz coach. God damn, dude. Everybody, I keep calling you the coach, dude, because you're getting there, dude. You're getting into that stage, you know, no offense, but you, Rhyme Time, you know, these cats that are getting a little, like you hear some noises when they start walking.
What like the Rhyme fuck, Time bro? I will fucking run circles around you, homie. All right, let's go, bro. Dang. Let's go, bro. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Take your libido shots and let's go. You know what I'm saying? Your blue chews. Yo, my testosterone is at a all-time high right now. Well, dude, men can produce until like we're 80, 90. We can still make kids, you know. Unfortunately, women can't when they get a certain age. Anyways, point being is, you know, I think even me, dude, I mean, I'm 29 now and like, I'm just like, okay, like, you know, like I'm still young, but I'm like, I'm also entering a new stage. Yeah. So now I have to play a new role. It's not about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I reached out to these younger cats to be on the cypher because they're tapped into that, you know, what's going on right now. And it's just like, it's just a smart move overall. We've seen all the greats do it, you know, where they, you know, Snoop Dogg does a feature with a young artist and then boom, you know, both blow up, you know, because
it's like the modern sound, but then you also got the certification or credibility from Snoop Dogg. You know, we've seen that recipe many times. And so, yeah, dude, going back to the question though, I think it's super important. It's just like, you know, you need a community center to put on for the Junior Jazz League, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it's super good to say, like, you know, Salt Lake has that again. And especially with everything that's going on, the city's growing. It's like it only makes sense, man.
Yeah.
So, like, to anybody out there, it's like, bro, like, I don't know how you approach these cats, but it's like, bro, like, you should never be taking the workload on your own. Like, if these people are messaging you like crazy, because I know rappers and how they are, especially some of the people that you have on your channel and how crazy they are a little bit. Instead of being like, yo, put me on, it's like, I don't know if they already are, so I apologize, but it's like, y'all motherfuckers need to be helping. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all need to be helping you, bro. Like, you already were on the last one. Motherfucker, come to the show and help. Be a part of it, you know? Come help organize. Come invest, you know? And I've seen a little bit of it, you know what I'm saying? But it's like everybody wants to be in the game, but no one wants to show up to practice. No one wants to fucking clean the gym, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you guys have to be a part of it. For you, if you guys want this to survive and wanted to keep going, it's like, y'all need to be helping this man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel about this shit, to be honest, you know? And like, I know it kind of like, I don't think you would ever say that. And maybe you might get to one point where you get so frustrated that you might say that. But it's like, I'm gonna fucking say it. Like, if you guys want this shit to keep going and to thrive, like, people need to fucking help. You know what I'm saying? They can't just put me on. Let me just be the one. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, nah, bro, like, help me. And it's hard, bro. It's hard to ask for help. It's hard. You know, people don't want to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think the ones that are there, and they're already rocking with you. You know what I'm saying? You already have those cats that I've seen, you know, at some.
That are holding the flag.
That are holding the flag and they're helping.
Waving the flag and
waving
shit.
the flag, you know, and they're ready.
Raving fans.
Yeah, they're
There's a book you should read. It's called Raving Fans.
Raving Fans.
Yeah, I'm being serious.
But yeah, man. Fuck.
Okay, well, I appreciate you
anyways,
saying that. Yeah, okay, I appreciate you saying that.
And I'm a big fan, bro. Like, I love watching them, dude. I was obsessed.
They're fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, dude. Like, I have respect for battle rappers. If you ever see me in the comments, bro, like, I'm never gonna be in that. I'm never gonna be in that world, but I respect everybody in it. You know, because it's a lot of work, you know, and respect to everyone that's
it's
in
fucking nerve-wracking, too.
It is, yeah, man. So my respects, you know.
You could even see it as a crowd in the crowd. You're like watching someone, you're like, damn, dude, they look fucking like ready to rock and roll and shit. But also, it's like the tension is very similar to like a fight, you know, and that's so it's just always exciting. That's why UFC is exciting. Just contact sports are exciting. They have been since forever for human beings.
Yeah, man. So if there's any way I could support, bro, you know, just let me know, man.
I mean, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know where I would fit in the equation, but I'm just like, bro, this is sick.
Yeah. I appreciate you saying that. For several reasons, but one of the big things that is standing out is you had a really good gem of like everyone wants to play the game, but nobody wants to practice or like clean up the gym and shit. And again, this goes back to the time
it's very frustrating.
The episode that I had with Rhyme Time, and he was like, "It's just how I came up when I was wrestling. Is like make sure to shake everyone's hand and make sure to help like clean and all that shit before you even get into the ring. Like make sure that everything is ready. Be a helping hand rather than, you know." And so you are right though, that there are folks with their hands out a little bit, and it's not like wild right now, and I don't think that it will be because it might be, but where I can see that happening, I'm so open to like any sort of help or anything like that. And I know that people know that. And so, it is sometimes difficult to ask for fucking help too, you know? Yeah. And that's something that just to get over on my own end, but there's a lot that I'm doing, you know, like, I did reach out about like having a social media manager. I think Eric Brewer, he said, like, yeah, I'll do it. And so I actually just need to follow up with him because, excuse me, Jesus. Honestly, getting that social media piece, like if I had a social media manager.
You can't do it all yourself, man.
Yeah, I'm doing it all by myself. Everything, every post, all that shit is all me. Like,
I can tell, dog.
Yeah,
Nah, I'm just kidding.
I can fucking tell.
I can fucking tell. No, but that's what you got to do to start. That's how it is. That's what I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
But it's man.
Anyway, okay, so
yes.
All right, so
help, motherfuckers.
Yeah, with how you have evolved, we've talked about name changes and everything. You have this deal with the taco deal.
Correct.
What's the name of the taco joint again?
Real Taqueria.
Okay.
And again, this is why I'm the face of Utah, because I'm the first artist in Utah with the taco deal. Yeah. Who else is saying that? Nobody.
With the taco deal. What does that mean?
So basically it means that I get unlimited taco. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's just, one of my goals that I've been working on the last 2 years, and it's hard as an artist, as a creative, is going more into the business side of things, right? Like Jay-Z says, right? I'm not a businessman, I'm the businessman. And see, man, I'm a hip hop. I'm hip hop to the core.
You are hip hop to the core,
but it's because of Germs, bro.
Yeah.
Like Germs, literally, like he planted that seed, bro. And like deep down, I am hip hop to the core. And like one of my big inspirations is Pitbull. Pitbull is like, if you go back and listen to his
incredible rapper,
but he saw the business, right? But anyways, going back to it. So yeah, I basically approached Real Taqueria because the owner is actually one of my high school friends from back in high school. We reconnected recently, and I basically just approached them with the idea of let's do a collaboration, kind of like a social media influencer, where basically we're giving away gift cards to people, and they just had to like follow the account, follow my account, their account, drop a post. And so we recently did one. We've only done 2 of those, and it's not a super strict business deal because it's my homie. So it's just more on like, okay, well, let's do another one in 2 months or whatever.
Yeah.
But we're basically giving away free tacos to, we decided 10 lucky winners, right?
So you're building sponsorships.
Correct.
So like, and I see, and congratulations, by the way. I think it's dope, whether it's a homie or not. Like, I think it's amazing. So for real, props on that. Big ups. And so what I'm hearing is like sponsorships for folks to start reaching out to people, like on soccer uniforms. You see like all these patches and shit. It's because those teams, they're reaching out to sponsors to sponsor their fucking team.
Correct.
Fucking the NBA's followed suit.
Correct.
They have sponsors on their joint, and people thought about that adversely at first. Like the strict NBA fan was like, "What the fuck?" Like the conservative NBA fan, was like, no, don't put, this isn't soccer or whatever the fuck it is. But they don't understand, like, the business model that's behind that. Like, they're all over the court anyway. Fuck it, the Delta Center, Vivid, now it's Delta Center again. But, like, I mean, they're directly sponsoring. So every single time, like, you go there, like, you're seeing Delta. Or right now it's still Vivid, I think. But the point is, sponsorships.
Correct.
Yeah,
sponsorships.
And doing that, I think is really huge. And I'm doing the same on the front for Mike Masters.
I noticed that.
Is to find folks that are invested in the brand so that I can push their brand and they can push mine. That's how scaling happens.
Correct.
Collaborations are very huge for. Frito-Lay, that corporation, they have numerous collaborations for their chips. You know what I'm saying? That's why McDonald's started doing collaborations with artists and shit. So it's a very proven road to take as far as sponsorships are concerned. So my question to you is, are you going to branch out into more sponsorships?
Yeah, of course.
Is that the plan? Okay.
Yeah, the plan would be
just... Since you broke ground on this, I would have to imagine that that's the plan.
Yeah, that would be the plan, man. The goal is to get bigger sponsorships, right? And just continuing that. Obviously, you want to get brands that match with your brand.
Yep.
So, that's kind of the biggest goal. But like I was gonna throw in there real quick, like I know I think Latin America they do like the Red Bull rap battles or whatever. Like that's where you should, or I mean I shouldn't say it like that. Sorry, that's where you could get to, you know what I mean? Where it's like on a huge level of like,
I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
I agree with you totally.
And even like with a local brand, you know, you got local breweries, you know, and there's podcasts.
I have a lot of work to do.
And,
I have a lot of work to do.
And again, it goes back to networking, connections, your team.
And being personable. I've been in sales for quite a long time. So this is
but it's just time, man. It's all time and who you're with and who's helping you.
Time and effort and having a vision and being able to execute that, because having an idea, if it's not written down, is only a fart in the wind, bro. It shit goes right out.
Exactly.
So make sure to write your shit down, bro, for real, and and execute what you are execute the vision that you have, and even in the most uncomfortable times, like just push yourself to get to that next part. Look, man, like a lot of this stuff isn't like going to make us live forever per se, but there is like a point to feeling like you have value to the life that you're leading right now. And if that value to you, it might be your family, which is amazing too. That's why people say, what is your why? You know, what is your why? Find out what your why is, create visions around that. Make sure that those building blocks go into place correctly, and then it's a matter of Lincoln logging it and just putting in the work to build the house that you're seeing. I'm saying that proverbially, but the next step is to, once you have that done, is to just do something else. It's to start another or build upon it. So make another room on that house, and then make another room on that house, or build a top floor on that house, and just keep stacking and stacking. And that could be, like I said, it could be in entertainment. It could be at your job. It could be with your family. Like, it could be in like sports, anything that it is. Just understanding what your why is going to be very important for what the end product is going to become. But it all also comes down to what, not all of it, but there is a lot to be said for the intent and the vision that you have. If it's coming from a place of love and it's coming from a place of compassion and understanding, so that you are not super hard on yourself when you experience failures, because failures are bound to happen.
Yep.
And it's important to recognize that through failure there's growth. Correct. And not the end of the road. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Sorry, I wanted to talk to the people real quick. Okay, so sponsorships are in the line. You have this dope ass connection now. What is on the horizon for you? When we were talking off camera, you were talking, or maybe we were doing it on here, but like album mode, what musically, because I took up a little too much of your time. I apologize.
What time is it? How long have we been going? Oh,
about an hour. A little bit. Yeah. All but right. What is on the, what's on the plate for you for outside of the Utah Cypher? Like, just musically, where's your headspace at? And just let the people know what that feels like, where you're at.
Yeah. So I just recently dropped my newest single, Tu Sabes, with Adam Banks.
Woo, that shit's hard.
Thank you, man. Again, I'm just kidding. I was gonna
again, I am the face.
Again, I'm the head of the table.
Yeah, I like that.
And you got to acknowledge me. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Shout out to Roman Reigns, saying it. What's his face might know that one. Rhyme time. But anyways, but no, man, yeah. So drop Tu Sabes. I really want to push that hard. I've been pushing it now for about 2 months, independently, organically. I am going to start investing in the marketing of it to push it again even more, because that's one thing that I always tell artists. It's like, bro, you drop a song, you'll post it for like a week, and then I never see anything about it anymore, And as an artist or a creative, I've been wanting to say this out loud, and I do say it to the music homies. I say like, bro, like you might be getting annoyed of it after a week or whatever, but it's like there might have been, somebody in your friends, if you're doing it organically, like on social media, like I have, that didn't see it that first week because whatever, they skipped your story, didn't look at your story, blah, 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 whatever. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing, every time I run into people, they're like, bro, you're killing it. You always post, blah, blah, blah. And the funny thing is, like, a lot of the stuff I post is sometimes if I don't have content for that day, I'll post things from 2 years ago. I'll post things from maybe that day. I'm always posting, but people think that it's fresh new content when it's not. Sometimes it's old content, but because they haven't seen it, to them it's new. There's always going to be someone that it's new, you know? And that's what motivates me every day to push content. So the point being is I'm going to keep pushing Tu Sabes. And then I have one more single that I'm super excited about. It's called No Bailes Así. It was produced by Max Gallo, which is he's an artist / producer from, well, he was born in Oregon. He's Mexican, but now he runs heavy in Monterrey, Mexico, and he's a heavy hitter in Monterrey. He's plugged into like all the heavy music people out there. Like I don't know if you know Toy Selecta. He was part of Control Machete, which is like a huge name in Mexico and like Mexican hip hop.
Hell yeah. I don't, but I want to know.
Yeah, so super huge. So it's like it's all connected and cool ass cat. I went out to Monterrey actually during the pandemic. I took the stimmy that fucking Theo Trump sent over.
Damn.
And I took it to Mexico.
That's what's up.
And I went.
So you dumped it into their economy and not ours. That's cool. That's real cool, dude.
Yeah, it was the right move. It was the right move, dude. And so shout out to I think it was Trump still at that time. Yeah, and so
Theo Donald.
Yeah, and so
you went out there, and then
did this track. I've had this track for now. It's been probably 2 years now.
Oh wow,
a year. Yeah, dude. I've been sitting on it because I've been wanting to do it the right way, you know. And I'm actually looking for sponsors. Anybody out there, to do it the right way too, you know, to drop a dope ass video and also put some marketing behind it. Because I've always been a big believer, and I always tell creatives this all the time. You might not have all the answers right now, but fucking find that middle ground where you could still drop it. Because a lot of people get stuck in that, oh, I don't have this, well, I don't have that, I don't have the perfect time, and blah, 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 and then they never drop anything.
Man.
And I've met so many dope artists in Utah that have hits, and they're just like, oh, well, I'm like, bro, just drop that shit, dog. You already spent fucking this. Just drop it. You know what I'm saying? Figure it out on the way, bro. Like, god dang, dude. And so, and so that's coming out soon. That's going to be my next single. And then I'm going to go into album mode. And, like, I'm going to actually finally sit down and do an album. You know what I mean? Like, the ADHD has to come down in one. Be patient and just, like, do an album. And it's going to be a Latin album. You know, I still haven't decided if I want to do strictly cumbia or reggaeton. I don't know, dude, because, like, Bad Bunny's newest album, it was all mostly reggaeton, and then he would have, like, an EDM song in there, and then he had, like, he would have, like, one random EDM, and so I feel like I might just do that. Like, it might be mostly one genre, and then I'll randomly throw in some other genres in there, but
whatever you feel like,
and
whatever
the last
feels good.
Yeah, and the last album that I did that no one knows about because it's no longer out there, it was actually presented by Feel Good Music Coalition. Sim actually paid for my album to be on, like, iTunes back in the day, but we didn't keep paying it, so that's why it no longer exists on the internet, or it's probably out there somewhere, but not on iTunes though.
So that's the move right now.
That was the last time I ever did an album was 2012 in high school, senior year.
Wow.
And so now I think it's time I've been doing singles, you know, for years now. And so I think the move now is to do a full body of work.
And then get back to singles.
Yeah, and then get back to singles or push the album as singles potentially. And maybe even get back into, like, physicals and maybe vinyls. I don't know, man. But I've had a lot of people tell me, like, yo, we need an album. So I'm like, all right. So, yeah, dude. And then just keep doing shows.
Universe is presenting it to you.
Yeah, dude. Just keep doing shows out of state. You know, finding a manager. You know, there's a lot of things that I want to do, man. Just expanding out of state, you know. Luckily, I've been honored and blessed here in Salt Lake with a lot of cool opportunities. But I feel like I kind of keep going out of state and touring and doing different things because, again, I've done it all myself. I've made mistakes. I've made hardly any money. But, man, I'm getting my fucking feet wet. Yeah. It's great. I'm enjoying it. So,
bro, this is this has been fucking amazing.
Same, dude. I'm hungry.
And I wish you I think Real Taqueria is open still.
Yeah, I'm about to hit that.
Fucking get some of those. For real though, I think you have excellent perspectives on what creatives should be bring, or just new, not new, but ways for creatives to be able to succeed. And so I appreciate you dropping some gems there. And overall, man, I think you're solid as fuck. And we're gonna have a part 2.
Like solid, like buff.
No, dog,
okay.
I'm fucking solid, dude. Fucking
Dude.
But I want to gift you something. Give you a shirt from Mike Masters. You've been a big supporter of ours, even when we were starting in 2012. So, thank you for everything. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming on today. And
thanks, man.
You're the fucking shit, dude.
Thank you, dude. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Feels like Christmas when everyone's watching you.
Yeah, you're like,
thanks, dude.
Let the folks know where they can find you on social media.
Oh yeah, so you can find me everywhere under Santos Jaguar, WW, and if you didn't know, WW stands for worldwide.
Hell yeah,
because
I didn't know that.
I'm not just a local artist. I'm not a local artist no more.
I like that, dog. I fucking feel it. That's a whole
Don't
nother
call me
conversation.
a local artist.
Short Story Bingo, episode 12, Santos Jaguar. And yeah, man, that's it. We're out. We certainly appreciate it. Fucking tap into all the streams. At Short Story Bingo on IG and Facebook, and at Mike Masters 801 on everything. Thank you guys for fucking coming through. All right, bro.
Dun, dun, dun. Spare fingers. Cheers.